that they'll bring out the big guns to deal with him personally. I don't think they're above a little bit of vengeance, personal vengeance, but more as a little message to all the other journalists who might get a notion of doing true journalism as opposed to just supporting the establishment. So I think they'll stop at nothing. I do hope that this afternoon's outcome is a just one.
Do you have like a sort of guess of how today's going to turn out? Do you think that he'll succeed, or?
Given how weak their case is, logic and sort of intellectually analysing it would suggest that they have to say no, the original verdict was upheld. But given the track record, and given how important those that would have brought the case see it, I'm not quite sure whether my optimism carries me through. I'd like to see it, and I'd like to see, I mean, I'm not quite sure if today's it's upheld that the January result was correct. I don't see why that would not mean that Julian Assange is out of Belmarsh tonight. But I'm sure there's reasons why they'll keep him in there. I don't know enough about the technical workings of it all, but I'm basically an optimistic person, but optimism is struggling a bit.
Yeah. How do you feel about how Julian Assange has actually been treated throughout all of it?
I think it's. I would not have thought that they would have been so blatantly cruel and unjust punishments. But what surprises me is not that they would do that, but how blatantly they've done it. That I would not have foreseen that they would have been so openly, outrageously vindictive. But I think it's a sign of the times. All sorts of dreadful things are done that you would think that, not that those who have done them would not do. I don't think it's beneath them at all. But what is shocking is that they can do them with such a sense of impunity, no risk at all, and bold-facedly admit, yes, we've done that. That is what I find really horrendous and really scary. And I see very few of the people who I would have thought would have stood up and made that announcement actually coming out and saying, and I find that shocking as well. Because sometimes it's people who really have nothing to lose, ordinary little people. Yeah, I remember when I was really quite young and the Vietnam War was on, and talking to my father about how this generation, the 60s, he was always a pacifist, and we said, look, things are going to be different now. People are out on the street saying no to the Vietnam War, no to all the stuff. And he said to me, I really hope you're right, but let's see when things are different. In the 60s, if you lost your job, you could walk down the road and get another one. There was plenty of work around. He said, even when things get tight, I really hope that your generation maintains their strength of purpose and does stand up. And I'm afraid to say that he was more right than I was, because given even less than 10 years, 15 years, and people who were joining me on moratorium marches and whatnot, I don't think, it wasn't that they middle classy and comfortable, but they just thought they had more to lose, or lost their passion, or I don't know what it was. But things changed. My dad wasn't 100% wrong. So it's a bit of a miserable thing to see optimism in. Things are so difficult for so many people. Not just all have to tighten the belt a bit, but existentially difficult. And you can only push people so far before they actually just crumble and give up. Or they think, right, I've really got nothing to lose, things are as bad as they can get, I'm going to fight back. Show I'm not totally wiped out. And I'd rather people not have to get to that point. But I don't know, I'm not very good at predicting things. But perhaps that's a possible outcome. Perhaps that's the way things will turn around. I don't know.
If Julian Assange is freed, or at least stays in Belmarsh prison and is not extradited to the US, what do you think that would mean for journalism if he was freed?
I think it would be a good omen. Hopefully it would give a lot of the journalists who have kept their head down, kept their mouths shut, a little bit more courage. Hopefully it would give a message that even pushed to the extreme that he has been pushed to, he's managed, hopefully, to survive. And it's worth fighting because you can win. A little victory, an awfully long way to go, but hopefully the journalists whose hearts are in the right place and minds are ticking over in the right way, hopefully they will pick up on it